The idea is quite simple today, and that is in an idea inspired by Diamond Rush. We are going to go over 3 abilities I believe deserve a chance to be mastered. So, 3 simple ideas going over 3 simple abilities that I think should be in contention for getting mastery next. So, yeah, that's the intro. Let's just get right into it. First ability I'm going over is Time, because I think it's kind of an underrated take to say that Time does deserve a mastery. Obviously already, though it's a very unskilled ability, you can easily one-shot anyone if you get them in your time. So it's not necessarily a bad ability that needs the mastered form to be buffed. I think it's more of you have a time-based ability and you gave it time stop and a 5-second reverse time. I would just want to see a mastery to see what they could do with this ability, see what other ideas they could have using time as manipulation. To get the mastery, I think you could do something as simple as, you already have the Brook Battler back in Time Battle. Something as simple as that battle, but in the future. Maybe you have to complete both in order to get the mastery. I just want to see Time take it to the next level with 3 abilities, maybe something that switches between the past and the future. Just something more cool than what we already have, because it's a pretty bland ability on paper. It's just so good that it kind of hides that. At number 2, we have Meteor. So, back when Meteor was just Asteroid, I used to main it a lot. I wasn't the best at it, but for me, it was a fun ability because when it did hit its target, it was satisfying as hell. Then, it got reworked. I'm pretty sure Asteroid and Moon combined into Meteor, and it kind of became a bad ability. Obviously, it does a lot of knockback and damage if you do hit the Meteor, but with how many projectile abilities there are, with like the little red circle, everyone knows how to avoid it. Meteor's more fast and hard to dodge, but in return, obviously, there's much less radius than Moon. So, the issue with this is it is just so predictable and hard to use at this point. I feel like a mastered version would highly benefit it. I think one simple fix for the mastered form could be something like Cosmos's Q Starbreaker ability, where instead of an E and Q, where you just spawn an asteroid or the moon, you can hold up and charge the ability to do what you want in that specific moment. The longer you charge, the longer it takes, the more damage it does. While just pressing the ability could simply spawn a tiny asteroid that does minimum damage but is still effective and gives you a shorter cooldown. A simple idea for obtainment could be you use Meteor and you have 2 gravities take you to the moon where you'd have to do a boss fight. Obviously boss fights are old, so maybe it's a fetch quest, but you get my point. You'll have to go to the moon with 2 gravities in order to do something to get the mastery. Something simple, but makes sense in context. And at number 1, we have Slime, which is probably my favorite ability as of right now in the game. It's quite simple to use. You use your Q ability to get a high jump, which is very good for escaping or getting someone from behind, and your E ability to slime people to the ground, getting them stuck, making it easier to start combos or to just punch them into the void. One idea for Slime Mastery could be a toggable R ability that lets you switch between 2 or 3 different slime types that you can spawn. Maybe slime that completely makes them stuck, somewhat like glue. Maybe slime that does damage over time, that's poisonous, I guess, I don't know. Maybe even your Q ability could be something as simple as you get the sticky boots that help you have a high jump, but instead of uncontrollable jumping, you're able to jump on command to the same height. Something as simple like that could be very easy to implement to a mastery that would be better than how it already is. I think, unlike the other 2, obtainment for an ability this early should simply be get someone in your slime and punch them 250 times. Something as simple as that. It doesn't need to be a fetch quest, a boss fight, finding something. I think this is the ability of these 3 that would most likely require just doing something a certain amount of times with your abilities. And yeah, that's the video. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on some opinions given by Diamond Rush, but my version of abilities that I think could be mastered. And I mean, yeah, hope you enjoyed.